how you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to Queen B's community. Welcome to our channel. In today's video, guys, I'm going to talk to you about the 4 categories of significant harm. I'm going to talk to you about child protection processes and procedure here in UK. I'm here to share ideas with you in terms of protection of vulnerable children within the family home, why social workers get involved. And if you are interested, let's jump into the video. There are 4 main categories of abuse, which is physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and neglect. These are the 4 main categories of abuse, of significant harm. These are some of the categories that will lead a social worker to get involved in the lives of a family here in the UK. The first category that I want to talk about is sexual abuse. So sexual abuse, there are so many factors to it. For the sake of this video, I will say exposing children to inappropriate material is abusing the child innocence. Parents who allows their children to watch inappropriate videos on their laptop, on their mobile phone. So you don't even have parental control over the phone, over the laptop where your child, your young person is watching. You are abusing their innocence. As a parent, you need to take control from the onset for the child to know in this household, you don't watch inappropriate materials. I know children. I have children. I have 3 children. So I know how difficult it is to parent a child. But as much as possible, allowing a child to go and view all these materials, you are abusing their innocence. So that is sexual abuse. Also, when you force a child to have intercourse with you, you are abusing the child. So parents need to ensure that the friends they bring into their family home are appropriate and they are not going to abuse their children. Social workers will receive referrals, and some of the referrals, parents have taken drugs. Parents are abusing alcohol. They get so much intoxicated that their own friends that they take the alcohol with, they take the drugs with, will go and have sex with their children without the parent even being aware, because she's been knocked down by drugs. So as parents, when you are caring for a child, you need to make sure that you are vigilant, you are checking the people that will come in your household. When your children are going out, checking on them, encouraging them to tell you if there's any issue going on in their lives, so you can protect their safety, you can protect their innocence as much as possible. Handsome, I am a parent, so I do understand the difficulties that parents sometimes will go through trying to protect our children. But as much as possible, we need to make sure that we have control over the materials that they are watching at home, over the books that they are reading at home. The internet is so good. It's good. It helps people. It teaches people. At the same time, there's so much that goes on the internet. If you don't try to help your child to learn and to control what they watch on the internet, it can affect their mental health, it can affect their emotional health, and it can be classified as sexual abuse. They go to school and they go and try to implement, use, demonstrate the things that they are watching at home on the children, the innocent children that they are playing with. We get referrals, social workers get referrals from the teachers because a child is showing sexual behavior towards another child. Where did they learn this from? Sometimes they are learning it at home because parents are allowing them to watch whatever they want to watch, to do whatever they want to do at home, and that will warrant a social worker to come into your life, to come and tell you that, come on, try and prevent your child from watching all these things. Try and take control, take hold of your family, and try and help your child to learn educational videos, to watch educational videos that will help them and teach them and guide them to become good citizens in the society. Another category of abuse, of harm, is emotional abuse, emotional harm. That is a significant harm. What is emotional abuse? For the sake of this video, I would say the words we use to our children, especially when we are angry. When we are angry as parents, what we say to the children can affect them emotionally. It can affect their self-esteem. It can affect their self-confidence. Emotional abuse is about blackmailing, harassment. The words and the behavior and the action that we do can affect the children. So that will warrant a social worker to get involved in the lives of your child, because we want children to build their confidence. We want children to build their self-esteem. If their confidence is so low, when they go to school, they show it at school. When the children are not happy at home, when they go to school, it is shown. When they are playing with their friends, they are not confident enough, because my mom is telling me that I'm not good. My mom is telling me that I'm going to amount to nothing. These words affect the children's how they see themselves. Self-image is very important. But if you try your best to talk to your child in a way that uplifts their soul, they go to school and they know that they are somebody at home. So you cannot come and tell me anything and make me feel bad because my mom makes me feel good. So we parents, we need to make sure that we are bringing the self-esteem of our children. We are uplifting them as much as possible, so they are not being affected emotionally, they are not being affected mentally, and they can do well and grow well in the community. Emotional abuse is very broad. I can go on and on and on, but it's about showing love. You need to show love to your children. You need to nurture your child in a very conducive environment, and that will help their emotions to be very well catered for. And also, emotional abuse could be classified when there's domestic violence within the family home. So children witnessing domestic violence, abuse between two parents, can affect their mental health, their physical health, their emotional health, and that will be classified as significant harm. When a child is not able to focus at school, is not even able to do their homework because mom and dad has been arguing the whole night, they couldn't even sit down and do their homework, then unfortunately the child will go to school. Sometimes they go and they cry at school because they've seen dad hitting mom, or they've seen mom hitting dad, and that affects them, and they go to school and sometimes they break down, and the school safeguarding officer perhaps will do a referral, and then the social worker will get involved in the lives of the family. So emotional abuse, domestic violence will also warrant a significant harm and will warrant a social worker to be involved in the lives of a family. Hands up, I am married, so I do understand the difficulties in marriage. I do understand. But as much as there are some sort of disagreements among the couples, among the relationship, when you are not agreeing, you have to agree to disagree. Obviously, there will be some debate. You are human beings. You cannot sit down and live in a family home for 1 month, 2 months without any disagreement. But it shouldn't warrant to the such thing that the children are not, it's impacting on the children. Whatever you do as parents, if you go out and you want to go and fight outside where the children are not witnessing it, and you come and you pretend that nothing has happened, yeah, fair enough, that is you as an adult. But anything that you do that will impact the general well-being, the emotional well-being, the mental health of your child, then I'm afraid it will warrant a social worker to get involved in your family life. Research is saying the number of the referral that is received is from the police because of domestic violence, because of a heated argument in the household, in the family household, where children are stuck in the middle. Children will get stuck in the argument. Even though sometimes the children are in their bedroom, but they are watching and listening to every word that the parents are saying, and that affects their mental health. When they go to school, they are not able to concentrate, and they are not able to even do their coursework, their schoolwork, and that warrants police to get involved. Sometimes even the neighbors will call the police, and the police will get involved because the argument is so heated that the neighbors are not even able to sleep. So a social worker will ask themselves, if the neighbor is not even able to sleep because of the argument, then if children are living at home, how are they even able to sleep? How are they even able to cope? How are they even able to concentrate? So my advice to people who are married, who are living with their spouse, please make sure that your argument is such that it's not going to affect the emotional health of your child, will not warrant a social worker to get involved in your life. Come on, like I said, I'm a mom, I'm a married woman. I do understand the difficulties that goes on in a marriage, in a family. But let's try as much as possible. If you don't want a social worker to be involved in your life, try to resolve the issues as much as possible in amicably way. But if your partner, your spouse is very violent towards you, you shouldn't be experiencing abuse from your spouse. It could be a woman, it could be a man, but abuse should not be tolerated in the family home. Even if you are an adult and you are experiencing abuse from your spouse, you shouldn't be experiencing an abuse. It needs to stop. You need to stop it. Because it's not, if it affects you, then it affects your children as well. Because you need to avail yourself to your children to support their educational well-being, their mental well-being, their emotional well-being. But if yourself have been abused and you are lacking concentration, how are you going to help your child to focus? So abuse should not be tolerated in your life, in your family home. Another category that will warrant a social worker to get involved in your life is about neglect. Neglect is an issue, it's a significant harm when you are neglecting the educational needs of your child, the emotional needs of your child, the mental health needs of your child, the physical needs of your child, the medical needs of your child. Then a social worker will come and get involved. Neglect could be an example of even not supervising your child and the children, like I said, watching appropriate materials, having accidental or non-accidental injuries. Sometimes it's by accident the child will fall off and injure themselves. It's well explained, it's well understood, but neglect can also warrant a social worker to get involved, because the neglect can lead to your child getting injured, can lead to your child having impairment in their education, in their mental health, in their growth. When you are neglecting the needs of your child, not taking them to hospital appointment, not taking them for their dental checkups and their optical checkups, not taking them, making sure that they go to school on time, they are always late, they go to school in inappropriate clothing, they go to school when they are looking so dirty and smelly, then the social workers will get involved. The school will make a referral to children's services and they get involved. The fourth category is about physical abuse, physical chastisement. That is also significant harm. I'm not saying don't smack your child. Smacking your child, tapping your child, bringing attention to whatever you are saying to the child is not an abuse. The social worker will not come and take your child away and get involved in your family life just because you have tapped your child. This country, beating is against the law. When you use an implement to beat a child up, I do understand Africa, perhaps children can be beaten up and no social worker will get involved in your life. But here in the UK, if you come in here and you are using beating as a form of discipline to your children, then please, you need to stop, because social worker will get involved in your life. The child will go to school and tell the teachers that mom is beating me up, dad is beating me up, and it's against the law. You can even get a criminal offense in your DBS, and you might not even be able to work with children or to work with vulnerable adults here in the UK. So it's very important that when you are disciplining a child, I'm not saying don't smack your child. You can smack a child using your hand to tap them to say that stop what you are doing. Fair enough. It's not going to leave any mark on your child. But when you use an implement, some parents, they get so angry that anything around them, they can take it and use it to beat the child up. And the child will have bruises all over their skin, swollen eyes, bruise on their lips. Come on. Then you are implementing torture to your child. You are affecting their emotional health. You are affecting their mental health, and you are affecting their physical health. So physical chastisement is against the law here. Beating children is against the law here. As simple as that. So if you are able to beat your child up in Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, anywhere in the world, here in UK, when you bring that here, you are going to get into trouble with the law. This is as simple as I can state it. I want to end by saying your dreams and aspirations can come true. Whatever you want to do can come true, but you never know, because it will never be given to you on a gold plate and a silver plate. You need to work hard towards your dreams and aspiration, and one day, you never know, your dreams can come true. Thanks for watching, and see you on my next video, and bye.